Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies, and this is not Scott.
It is not.
Who is this?
Some weird guy.
Right, this is Charlie Byers. This is a co-worker of Scott's and mine. And we're going to be looking at, this is called Axe and Oak.
Yeah.
See, I always want to say, like, what do I keep calling it?
I don't remember now.
Oak and Axe.
Yeah.
Or something, but I get it backwards. And what are we going to do?
We're going to test it!
Woo!
Yeah.
Scott right now, number one, is at Iron.
Yeah.
He went down there. He actually said, you want to drive 5 hours, stay there a couple hours, and then drive 5 hours back. I was like, I do not.
It's a little bit.
Right. And he called me, I think, 4 days ago, and I already knew it was going to be a nice day, and I had a list of yard things, which... It's also a perfect day to do Christmassy things
Heck
to your
yeah,
house and yard. So
fantastic day.
That brings us, not only are we going to sample this, and I want to hear from you on this, because Charlie has a YouTube show called
Christmas on Crestline.
Christmas on Crestline. You are huge into Christmas decorations, Christmas show. What's the...
Yeah, we actually won the Kansas Christmas Light Fight last year. So
Kansas Christmas Light Fight. I didn't know that existed.
It does.
I'm terrible with Christmas lights. However, you did an unboxing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which I'm used to from my board game side. Hello, Scott's not here to tell me not to talk about board games. You can do a deadpan. And you did this unboxing, and you were like, yeah, there were these real cool strobes, I think is what you call them. I'm going to plug these in a second. But I was like, you had this, like, these are going to go on my evergreen tree outside the house, and the way they burst in the snow and the blizzard. It reminded me of my alliteration on some whiskey, and then you even happened to run across
I did. I'm like, that's exactly what I said when I plugged in these strobe lights.
So here's what we're going to do. A little bit different. Scott's not here. We're going to play. We are going to try the bourbon and the rye, so we're going to do a normal review of that.
Right.
We are going to look at this a little bit.
Woo! Now you're talking. Look at those bad boys.
Right. And then, after we review this, I knocked one of your coins down. Christmas on Crestline has some cool coins.
Yep, some whiskey hats.
All right. And you'll be able to, I'm going to put down in the description, there'll be a link to Christmas on Crestline, and there'll be a link to the unboxing video for these lights that I referenced, because when I saw it, I told Charlie, when you buy those, can I get in on the action? Can I buy like 6 of them? And you were like, yes.
These are commercial grade. These last so long. The description on the website that sells these, they don't even have an end date. They have a little question mark because they will last you forever.
And this is what I need, because I will break bulbs.
Oh, these will last
These
forever.
did not break. I will have I've got a line of Christmas lights where one bulb burns out and the whole line goes down.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
Don't do those.
Right.
No.
And these are LEDs, so there's nothing even to get hot or burn or
anything. These are
anything.
5mm LED strobe lights. Okay. These are the mini strobe lights. We'll get them in a string. They're phenomenal. They look beautiful at night.
So what Charlie does with Christmas lights is what I kind of do with board games over there.
Yeah.
But you started watching our show, and you were into the whiskey.
Started watching the show, and my wife is a huge fan, and she watches it for the comedy, and she loves Scott's Deadpan.
Yes.
And you're sitting over there talking about board games and whatever, and Scott just deadpans.
Yeah, he just goes frozen face. Yeah, Velvet Elvis.
She'll crack up. I've seen her roll on the floor one time. She loves this show.
Really?
Yeah.
Rolling on the floor.
Rolling on the ROLF.
I love it.
People. Oh yeah, she loves the show. We watch it for the comedy, and she gets bummed out when we go out and buy something, and you guys don't have a review of that. So it goes on the shelf until you do.
We need more. And I've seen you guys on during live streams.
Oh yeah.
You comment.
Yeah, we don't miss an episode.
Now you have not opened the bourbon, but you've opened the rye. Do tell me about the whiskey, though, because you found this when you were on a trip with your wife in Colorado.
Yeah, wife and I went on our anniversary trip. She wanted to go whitewater rafting, so we went to Colorado, Canyon City, did some fun things, and we stayed in the Cliff House, which is in Manitou Springs, and it's famous for having presidents and kings and celebrities stay there. And one thing we love doing is visiting the main streets of towns we visit. And we like to go bar to bar and see what they got. And went into a bar that's phenomenal. It's called Swirl. It's in Manitou Springs.
Swirl.
It's Swirl Wine Bar is the whole name of it. But you go in there, and it's kind of like the coffee shop and Friends. You go there. The bar consists of 5 bar stools. It's mostly couches and chairs and ottomans, and this kind of place you'd go and do your homework, kind of like a coffee shop.
Okay.
Go sit down, do your homework, get a dram. And I said, "Hey, do you have anything local?" She goes, "Yes, we have some rye." Fantastic. I love rye, and it was phenomenal. Perfect. Loved it.
Now, I know you, Wes Jolly, kind of helped out with the connection with everything because you didn't actually go to the distillery.
No, we tried to find it. Couldn't.
Right. Okay, got it. But you have not tried, and I moved the bourbon over here so it matches up. You haven't even tried the bourbon.
Not at all.
Okay. And why, I'm curious, what do you like about rye?
I'm a huge rye guy. I'm as much rye as my wife Jean is into the Scotch. But it's hitting all the notes. One thing we like to do, because we've only been into whiskey and scotches for about a year, and like I say, we get a bottle, we sit down and watch the dummies, and we just now tried to do our scores, and my wife matches up more with you than she does with Scott.
Perfect.
And then
she likes peated whiskey?
She tried it first. She used the first descriptive word she said was Band-Aids.
Sure. So, that's right in there. That's probably Ardbeg.
Yeah, it was Ardbeg too.
Right,
yeah, that's exactly right. But we'll try to guess the age and the ABV. So on this, I said 40, and I said 6 years, and I was wrong. Okay.
And because I know you know, and I haven't read it, how old? I think you told me it's 2 years?
Less than 2 years. Aged in American White Oak.
And it's 46% on both?
49 and 46.
Okay. So
49 on the rye.
Got it. All right. Let's try the rye first, which is on your left. And we'll nose. And you also told me that you've never played around with drops of water or anything.
No, not a single drop. We'll get the cup and we'll pour it in it's too much.
Too much.
But not a single drop. I'm curious to see how that does. And I'm curious to see what you think of this rye.
I get hints of the dill.
Yeah.
It's not super dill.
I actually get because I've noticed this a lot. I actually get a lot of chocolate in it.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I get little bits of pepper, like black pepper. It doesn't, even at the higher ABV, it's not burning my nose or anything.
It's not.
Right.
It's real nice. Smooth. Because off kind of like a creamy style.
Caramel.
Yeah. The
creams, let's see, neat. I poured a lot for myself, too.
Smart man. I love this. I don't know about you, but I love it.
No, that's very good.
You got nice cinnamons on there on the palate for me. I like it when you can the pepper and the cinnamons kind of sting the tongue a little bit.
And that's where rye's can jump up and slap you around a little bit. Yeah, I oddly enough, I still get some of those corn notes coming through too. Yeah. I get a little bit of peanut on the finish. I get dill, a little bit of dill on the forefront. I've got to come back and check in the middle. It's actually softer and rounder. Sometimes a rye, especially a young rye, will be really bold and in your face.
See, but I don't mind those.
No, nor do I. That's one reason I think I like rye too, is that you can have a young rye, and when it's peppery and strong and powerful, it's sometimes exactly what I'm looking for. I actually thought this would be more of that. It's a lot more rounded than I thought it was going to be.
That's what I said too.
Which is why I can see why you thought it was 6 years old when you tried it.
Definitely not under 2. And I know I don't know all the legalities, the rules of when it can be called whiskey or bourbon. I know there's some rules to it, but as a under 2 years old, do you drink a lot of under 2-year-old rye? I don't know.
Yeah, I think. I'm trying to remember what the 1776 was, which is the pepperiest, biggest punch. I actually wanted to say it was like 18 months, but I can't remember.
Really? Okay, so, I remember that from the rye shootout or the Mark shootout you guys did of the rye.
I'd have to take a peek because that's where Scott's skill set comes in. He'll be like, nope, it's this and it's that. You want to drop.
Yes.
So this is like a straw. It's just going to go boop, and then I'm going to give it a little shake.
This is like a neat little adventure for me.
Yep. And then the nice thing about dilution control, you can buy these. This happens to have our stamp on it, but you can literally do a drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, see if it changed anything. Rye, I like with a little bit of water. I'll even throw a cube in. So
I'll be darned, that changed it.
What do you get?
I'm getting popcorn now.
Which is some of those corn nuts in the finish.
Yeah.
Corn nuts, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get a lot more corn influence than I thought. And actually, some of the dill is dissipated. It's dry. It's a little more astringent than a lot of ryes I've had.
See, there's always a scent or something that
I like it.
Gene and I are always trying to name. We can't name it. Like, so we just kind of say it's that one thing that we don't know what to call it.
See, I get some of the clear rye bread kind of notes in there too.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's one thing I like with the rye. It's like a rising, almost like a rising dough or fresh baked bread.
Yeah.
Bread.
The 2 drops of water changed the taste for me too.
Just in case that's distracting. I love it.
It's not distracting. They're always awesome.
Yes, I love it. But just in case people are like, oh my God,
see,
somebody's already had a seizure.
I'm so used to it, I didn't even pay attention they were even on.
Part of what we're going to do a little later, too, is we're going to pop outside. I'll take the camera with me. We're going to string the sets up. I am not a Christmas light guy.
Oh, I got you. I got you.
I'm not a Christmas light guy. Charlie's brought over some cords. He's like, hey, you want to string these top down?
Oh, yeah,
you said,
absolutely did.
Yeah, you had some stuff. So I'll take a few photos. I'll take the camera out. We'll film a couple things, nothing much, and I'll tack it on at the end of the video just so you can see some of that. And again, down in the notes, links to your show and links to coins and stuff. All right, now the bourbon. You haven't tried this at all. You didn't even try this when you were there at the bar. Okay, so I'm curious how the bourbon's gonna match up.
I'm getting peanuts right off the bat. Like you just open that thing of planters.
Like the roasted,
Yeah.
And again, I think it's 46%.
Yeah.
And it's still, 46%. It's still real soft on the nose, though.
Something dark in there.
This was 49. I mean, you had it. It's 49%.
See, I don't know what to call things. I know that there's scents there. I'm still, we're still rookies, so.
Whatever, if it jogs any memory at all, it's your memory. Yeah. So, I mean, like Band-Aids, I mean, that's exactly right. And that's that plasticky kind of, but it's literally like the old Band-Aid brand.
Right.
I knew exactly. That's why I was like, I bet you that was an Ardbeg 10.
Yep. Nailed it.
Yeah, because I'll get a little bit of that too.
Well, I came home, she had an Ardbeg 10, she had a Macallan, the new Macallan 5.
With the plum.
Yep. And then a bottle of Dewar's, which we've never had, the Dewar's White. And then I had these come in all the same day.
Beautiful. That's a good whiskey.
Nice entry into the house. I don't. This is probably not make any sense, but to me, I'm getting mushroom.
I get a lot of oak, so I get a real woody oakiness out of it.
Yes, very much so. Wow.
And a little bit of like a brown sugar syrup. Oakier than what I usually. I'm not a big oak fan. Some people love oak, so I'm not. I'm just saying for me.
This is the most oak I think I've ever had in a bottle.
Yeah, it's oakier than I actually thought it was going to be. But it's still a little soft and rounded. It's not just like a chunk of wood in there, but I definitely get the oak throughout the mid palate. Do you want any water?
Yes.
Okay. Boom. 1 drop.
Okay.
If you want more, you can get more.
That just dries your tongue out, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the astringency, almost like a cotton ball, is in there, and it pops it out.
This has more pepper, more tongue burn than the other one does. But the rye was higher ABV.
Yeah. The ABV is 49. Now that's something. I talk with whiskey in my mouth.
Yeah.
Scott hates it. Some of the fans hate it. I apologize.
You gotta say when you gotta say. Man's gotta do.
I like to talk so much that I'll talk with the mouth.
My wife says I talk too much sometimes too.
You?
Yeah,
you are not a talker.
What does she know?
You are quiet. That is interesting. The astringency is definitely on the finish.
Very much so.
I get a little bit of maybe a caramel corn on the finish.
Yeah?
A little bit of that burnt caramel, but a lot of oak still lingering around too.
I'm amazed about how, what's the word you use, astringent?
Now I can't say it. Astringent.
That word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that dry.
A lot of oak. A little bit of peppermint right there.
Boy, that really is dry. That's totally like cotton balls in the mouth.
Yeah, I've never had a dram like that before.
That's interesting. I'm going to put a bunch more water in there and see if that changes. You want more water?
I do.
I'm going to put
mostly because I just want to see it done.
There's a big thing of water in there.
We'll do the
Bam.
We'll do the cups, and we'll always get too much in there.
Well, when we first did the show, if you watch some of the old ones, we would be sloshing it in, and people were like, "You just run the whiskey." And then we saw if you ever have like a bottle of water, you can put some in the cap.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Just cap it in.
That's a good idea.
That works. Mm-mm. Yeah, Scott is like a driving road master. When he said 5 down, 2 there, 5 back, I was like, no.
If I'm driving 5 hours anywhere, no.
Stay,
yeah.
Yeah. Especially if I'm going to a whiskey place, I would want to get a hotel and stay. Maybe he did, though. Maybe since I wasn't going, maybe they stayed the night or something.
3 hours, go NFL game, tailgate, come back. 5 hours, 5 hours equals hotel room.
That's the length for you is 5?
Yes.
Got it. Yeah, I think 3 wouldn't be too bad. Try
that water.
Yeah.
It's not quite as astringent as it was.
Okay.
You get a lot of oak. There's something reminds me of the color yellow.
Sure.
I don't know if that means corn. I don't know.
I think what you're tasting is sunshine.
True story. We're going to go with that. I really get the sunshine.
He gets sunshine. A dollop of sunshine is in there. That is astringent.
It is.
It's very, very dry. I'm going to go back. I'm finishing with the rye. And when we got to hang this, I'm going to bring this dram of rye with me. We're going to hang.
Again, another smart decision.
Because we're just on a short ladder. We're not up on a roof.
No, we're good.
Safety's all over the place.
But these things are going to look freaking phenomenal.
Bam.
Middle of the night.
Yeah.
Snow coming down.
We don't get a lot of snow, but we're going to get snow. That's going to just beckon people from the roadway.
You're outside, got the fire going, got the Ardbeg tin in the Glencairn. You saying it just...
You're wrapped in a blanket.
Ooh.
Wrapped in a blanket.
Nice.
A fire's going, you got a little chill in the air. You're sipping on an Ardbeg, it's warming you on the inside as the blanket retains your heat.
You know what? These will warm your heart.
Perfect. I love it. So again, Christmas on Crestline.
Yeah, Christmas on Crestline.
Channel.
Yep.
Go there, check out his channel if you like anything with Christmas. And I think you need at some point in time to have a little whiskey on your show as well. Make sure people know you're not going on the roof.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want. It's your show.
Fair enough.
But go check it out. How many subscribers do you currently have?
352 this morning.
Let's help them out. Yep. Let's give them a few more. Maybe we can get to the 400.
Woo!
And we can just kick you up there. I'm going to unplug these because we're going to go string these up on a juniper, baby. All right, now because we're going to say, Scotch it, you Scotch gods.
Cilantro. Dummies.
Sees the show.
Yeah. Woohoo!
Perfect. So Christmas on Crestline has helped me hang my first lights.
Heck yeah.
I will get a shot of this at night, maybe even in a blizzard if we get gifted with a blizzard. And in the meanwhile, we're going to have a little bit of more Axe and Oak rye.
Delicious.
Cilantro, dummies.